Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to your mat. Yoga with Susan. Today's class will be a spicy flow where we transition through lizard variations, and we will be warming up before we go into the lizard sequences. I ask that you move in a pain-free range, and this is more of an intermediate class. If you wish to do other variations or modify, please choose this and then just move on the mat with us, resting when you need to or changing into a different variation of the pose that works for you. We will be starting in wide legs child's pose, arms extended. Forehead is on the mat, allowing our muscles to start to open up in the back of the hips and our shoulders. Closing the eyes here if you wish. Inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly, exhaling through the nose. Just allowing your awareness to come into this space you're holding right now on your mat. Anything else can wait until class is complete. The focus right now is you and your self-care and however movement nourishes or resets your body. Awareness on the breath as we start to feel heavier on the mat. Grounding, our mind slowing down. Now gently walking those arms and hands over to the right. The left hand is on top of the right hand. Forehead returns to the mat as we work on stretching the left side body. Now walking those hands and arms over to the other side. Right hand is on top of left. Now stretching the right side body. Returning to center for just one breath. And then rising up on our knees. And we are going to be doing thread the needle with an extra arm move to open up both shoulders. So we are going to extend the right arm and gaze up at our right hand just for a moment, letting our spine gently start to open up with this twist. And then we're going to start to thread that right arm underneath. And as we lower down to do our thread the needle, basically we're externally rotating the right shoulder. We're going to bring the left arm up. We're going to face the palm over towards our right side and bring this arm down. So now we are internally rotating the left shoulder. Our forehead comes onto the mat. So we're working on both shoulders. The right shoulder is an external rotation, external stretch, and the left shoulder is more internal. Slowly returning with our palms on the mat, coming into table. And now we will be extending the left arm, gazing up at our left hand, twisting our spine gently. And when ready, threading that left arm underneath. As we now get the right arm, we twist it, the palm is facing to the left, and then we drop it to our back and our forehead comes onto the mat. Beautiful. Returning to table, we'll be transitioning through some cat-cows just to warm our spine up. So exhaling into cat, inhaling into cow, cat, cow, cat, cow. Last one, cat, cow. And then transitioning into downward dog. First downward dog, you can pedal your feet wherever you wish. You can bicycle. You can come up on your toes and drop your heels over to one side. And then come up on your toes again and drop your heels over to the other side. Whatever feels comfortable for you today in our class before you transition into a static hold for downward dog, allowing the palms and the soles of the feet to push and press into the mat. Continuing to inhale through the nose into the lower diaphragm. Exhale through the nose. Then looking to the front of the mat and stepping forward, coming into a halfway lift. Exhale to a standing forward fold. Inhaling into an upward salute, gazing up at the hands, and then exhaling into mountain pose Tadasana. We will be working through 3 rounds of Sun Salutations A, Surya Namaskara A to generate some heat and warmth in the body. So inhaling, upward salute, exhale, forward fold, inhale, halfway lift, choosing a vinyasa or stepping back into downward dog. Moving slowly for maybe this first rotation since we're warming up. Holding in downward dog for a few more breaths. Stepping forward into a halfway lift. Forward fold. Upward salute. Mountain pose. Inhale, upward salute. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Vinyasa or stepping back into downward dog, your choice. Looking to the front of the mat as we step forward into a halfway lift. Forward fold. Upward salute. Mountain pose Tadasana. Last round Upward salute. Standing forward fold. Halfway lift. Downward dog. You're choosing a vinyasa. Stepping forward into a halfway lift. Forward fold. Upward salute. Mountain pose Tadasana. Here for a few breaths. Closing the eyes if you wish. Grounding through the feet. Upward salute, eyes are open. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. And we're just going to be coming back into downward dog. And then inhaling as we step the right foot through the hands, we'll be coming into a low lunge. We're going to keep our fingers on the mat, gazing upward. And then transitioning into a half split. Lunge. Half splits. Lunge. Half split. One more lunge, rolling the shoulders back, opening up the chest. And then stepping back into a downward dog for a couple of breaths. Inhale, stepping the left foot through the hands. We are coming into our lunge first. Shoulders roll back away from the ears, gazing upward. And then transitioning into our half split. Slowly warming up the body before we come into the deeper lizard poses and variations. Just going back and forth at your own pace. Coming into our last lunge, gazing up. And then stepping back into downward dog. Now we will be inhaling as we extend the right leg, coming into a three-leg dog. You want that left heel on the mat. And then bending the right knee as we let the right heel drop behind us. A few breaths here. Extending that right leg. Again, straightening the right leg. The left heel is firmly planted on the mat. And when ready, we are going to inhale that right leg through. Coming into a lizard, our arms, our palms are on the mat. Holding here for 5 breaths. Our first lizard pose. Now we're going to be walking our arms forward and extending our arms, coming down, trying to keep our back as straight as possible. 5 breaths here. Palms walk backwards again. The right foot returns to downward dog. Now inhaling as we extend the left leg into three-leg dog. The right heel is planted on the mat. And then bending the left knee as the left heel drops behind us. Couple breaths here. Extending that left leg again. Three-leg dog. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward, coming into lizard. 5 breaths here. Now we are going to walk those hands forward, extend those arms, coming into lizard. Arms extended, engaging the core with this. The back right leg is strongly active. Palms walk back, stepping the left foot back into downward dog. Resting here for a few breaths. Looking to the front of the mat, we are stepping the right foot forward. The left leg remains active, coming onto our forearms, trying to keep our back as straight as possible. Now lowering that left leg to the mat. We are now going to get our left forearm and we're going to align it with the top edge of our mat. So we are on our forearm is supporting our body. We're going to get our right hand and place it just above our knee as we slowly guide that right knee away from our body, doing a gentle twist. And then more deeply opening up the hips. Both palms return to the mat as we step that right foot back into downward dog. Taking a couple breaths here before we do that same sequence on the left side. Inhale as we step the left foot forward, coming onto our forearms. Holding here for about 5 breaths. The right leg lowers to the mat. It is passive. We are now going to get that right arm in alignment with the top of our mat. We have our left palm placing it right above our left knee as we look to the left and slowly guide that left knee away from the body, twisting while working on a deeper opening for our left hip. Both palms return to the mat. The left foot steps back into downward dog. A few breaths here. Now we will be stepping the right foot forward, sort of coming into a triangle to start, triangle legs. And we are going to try to do a bind here before we lower down and transition into a bound lizard. So we have our right hand. We're going to try to bring it underneath our right leg, twist it around. We're going to try to bind here. Hopefully we can get a hold of our fingertips. And then we're going to just slowly maneuver with balancing into a bound lizard. You've got it. Beautiful. Holding here. If you fall out of the pose, it's okay. Just come back into it. We have about 3 more breaths. Beautiful. Palms return to the mat. Well done. Now we're going to lower our left knee. We're reaching the right hand back for the left foot. And again, we're coming onto our forearms. This time our left hand is going to take hold of our right ankle as we twist, while also pulling that left foot closer to us to do a quad stretch on the left side. Releasing that left foot, both palms return to the mat as we step the right foot back into downward dog. A couple breaths here before we transition to the left side for that sequence, noting that binding on one side may be easier than the other side. So this may be the looser bind for you. You may have more reach. Or this could be the tighter bind for you where you just can't seem to reach your fingers. Now stepping that left foot forward, coming into triangle legs. And when ready, this is my tighter side, so we'll see if I can bind getting that left arm, putting it underneath the left leg. Playing around a little bit if this is your tighter side, and then sweeping that left hand up, and then trying to get hold of it with the other hand, and then when ready, coming into your bound lizard. Releasing the hands, they come to the mat. Beautiful. We're going to lower that right knee down. Left hand is reaching for the right foot as we start to come into the quad stretch on our right hand side, and then lowering onto our forearm. Right hand takes hold of the left ankle as we twist and pull the right foot closer to our body. Releasing the foot, palms return to the mat as we step the left foot back into downward dog for a couple breaths. And when ready, lowering onto our knees and then coming onto our bellies, transitioning into crocodile pose. Our forehead is resting on the back of our hands. Now we'll be putting our forehead on the mat as we reach to hold on to our feet, coming into bow, preparing for bow. Letting those quads stretch for a couple of breaths before we rise into bow. One inhale. Exhale, coming into an easy, gentle bow. Holding here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Returning into crocodile pose. Placing our palms by our chest as we transition back into child's pose, embryo, forehead on the mat, arms by our side. Rising up to kneeling, Vajrasana. Palms are on top of our legs. Our spine is straight, shoulders rolled back away from the ears. Taking some breaths here. And then coming into a seated position. Staff pose, our legs are extended just for a moment. We will be doing a seated figure 4. So we're going to start by putting the left sole of the foot on the mat and then crossing that right leg over. Straightening out our arms to try to get our chest close to that right leg. Our spine is as straight as we can make it. And flexing the right toes gently. And when I was practicing this class and kind of playing around, I held this figure 4 and I did feel the stretch in my right hip, but then I just kind of twisted my leg a little bit, my left leg. So I'm twisting to the left. And you can actually, if you do this just a few times, it seems to open up the right hip before you come into a static hold. I thought it felt great. So if you want to try it, you can. And when ready, coming into that static hold for seated pigeon. Straightening out those legs once again, perhaps shaking out the knees for a moment. And now transitioning into the other side, the right sole of the foot is on the mat. We are crossing the left leg, making our 4, figure 4. Positioning our palms and our arms to try to get our spine as straight as possible. The left toes are gently flexed. And if you want, again, you can try just lowering that right knee over as that left leg guides towards the right. And you should feel a slight stretch in your left hip. And just kind of going back and forth. It's almost like it's priming the hip to stretch. That's how it feels to me before coming into a static hold. Now coming into a static hold. Now unwinding the legs, stretching them into staff pose Dandasana for a moment to shake out the knees. And when ready, we will be bending that right leg again, coming into head to knee forward fold, Janu Sirsasana, ensuring that both hip bones are rooted on the mat. And when ready, starting to fold over that left leg, perhaps taking hold of your left foot if you have that flexibility. If not, just coming into an area where you are on a tight edge that you can hold pain-free for about 10 breaths. Inhaling, returning to staff pose. Now cueing up the other side, bending the left leg. The right leg is extended, hip bones are rooted on the mat. And when ready, walking those palms forward as you come into a forward fold over your right extended leg. 10 breaths here. Returning to staff pose. Shaking out the knees. And when ready, scooching forward on your mat a little and coming onto your back. We will be coming into a happy baby pose. So grabbing your feet or your toes, however works for you. We will be just initially rocking back and forth, giving that back pelvis area a little massage, and then coming into a static hold. And in this static hold with happy baby, I believe it's called Ananda Balasana, you want to try to keep the back of your pelvis flat on the mat versus having it roll and pop off the mat. So we're trying to just work on gently opening up those hips, especially after those lizard pose variations. Just allowing some more time for those tissues in the hip area and the back of the pelvis to open up. Now extending those legs upward, and then if you can get your peace fingers around your big toes, just doing I guess this is a waterfall, but you're actually stretching quite a bit of your body here. You should feel a stretch in the back of the hamstrings. You may feel, if you are holding onto your toes and your legs are straight, you may also feel some stretch over the shoulder blades and the rhomboid muscles. You might have a couple cracks on your spine as it realigns here. Now putting those soles of the feet onto the mat, and we will be doing a double knee twist. We'll be dropping our knees over to the left side first. I have to move my mic a little bit. There we go. All right. And those that have practiced with me have done this pose quite a bit. This is probably one of my favorite poses to do. Positioning your arms however you wish. Your right arm can be vertically straight up, or it can be perpendicular to your body. Remembering to move in a pain-free range. You may have some residual tightness here as you twist your spine, and just letting that tension slowly release and loosen. Returning both soles of the feet to the mat. Arms are teed. Windshield wipering those knees back and forth a few times before you drop your knees over to the right hand side for your double knee twist. Again, left arm can be straight up or it can be perpendicular to the body, whatever feels comfortable for you today during this class. Soles of the feet return to the mat. Arms are teed. Windshield wipering back and forth. And then coming either into reclined, bound butterfly. Arms can be overhead, or you may come into constructive rest, which I'm doing right now. Whatever feels good for you today. Coming into that choice of your pose for a little bit longer, a few more breaths before we transition into Savasana pose. Extending the legs and positioning the arms for Savasana. Closing the eyes here if you wish. Awareness on your breath if your mind starts to jump or spin. Inhaling through the nose to the lower diaphragm just behind the belly button. Exhaling through the nose, allowing your mind and body to rest. Starting to wiggle fingers and toes. Bring some awareness back to the body. Bringing your ankles together and stretching arms overhead for one big body stretch. And when ready, coming up to seated easy pose Sukhasana. Spine is straight, tailbone to crown. Palms are resting on your legs, closing your eyes here if you wish. Taking a few more centering breaths. Hands in prayer, Anjali Mudra to the heart space, holding gratitude for this time and practice on our mats today. Hands up to the forehead, to the third eye chakra, embodying vitality in heart and mind. And so it is. Thank you for joining me for this class that focuses on different variations of lizard poses. I hope your hips feel better. I hope you feel like you have some more stretch and mobility throughout your body. Until we meet again on the mat, be well.